Alright, what is going on guys, it's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today what I've got for you guys is some Destiny news. Now I haven't ever done any Destiny news here on my channel. I have uploaded some Destiny videos, but I've never done any news, so with this video I'd like to change that. So without further ado, let's get into the Destiny news. So a few days ago on Kotaku, there was a leak for the new Destiny DLC or expansion that's supposed to be coming out here in the fall. So I will actually leave this down in the description. I'll link you down to the article on Kotaku, so just go down there and click it if you want to read more on the article. But I'm actually going to put a picture up on screen because I've seen a lot of other I've seen some Destiny YouTubers and stuff put the pictures up on the screen, so I would assume it's safe to put up, so I will put it up on the screen just to give you guys a better visual. But yeah, so this new recently leaked picture shows us, Lord Saladin, and he's on like this broken rubbly thing, and he's holding a giant flame axe, and he's surrounded by a few wolves, and there's like it says Destiny Rise of Iron. So that to me seems like Rise of Iron will be the name of the new DLC, and it seems like it's a very fitting thing because Lord Saladin is the Iron Banner guy, so he's the guy that like sets up the Iron Banner and everything. So Rise of Iron, that makes a lot of sense. So thinking back to what Lord Saladin does is he's a Iron Banner Crucible guy, right? So how is this going to fit to the sort of PvE aspect of the game? Was Lord Saladin like a dude that like went around and fighting fighting some actual PvE enemies, or was he always just a PvP guy? So this DLC, I would assume, it seems like it'll take place on Earth just by the background that Lord Saladin's standing on, like that broken wall or something. It sort of looks like something that you'd see on Earth, so I would assume the majority of this DLC would take place on Earth. So I would assume that it's also going to be sort of a bigger update because it's coming out in the fall, and last year in the fall was when the Taken King came out, which was a giant DLC. I would assume this isn't going to be as big as the Taken King, but I would think that it would actually be kind of a big DLC. So I would expect for them to have maybe some new story type missions, maybe going off of what happens after the Taken King. Maybe Lord Saladin needs to do something, or I would also this article on Kotaku says that there is going to be a new raid in it, so that's going to be pretty cool. It's most likely going to be probably a Fallen raid because we haven't had any of those yet. Like, we do have the Prison of Elders with the Fallen, but there hasn't been an actual like Fallen based raid through in Destiny, so that would be pretty cool. Now let's go back to what I was talking about with the sort of story mode aspect. So what could the story mode of this be? So it seems like it's going to be taking place on Earth, and most likely it'll be sort of in the aftermath of the Taken King, like, because you see Lord Saladin there standing in front of sort of a broken up wall, so maybe the missions will be sort of like cleaning up from what's left of the Taken, and maybe you have to go to some certain areas that you haven't been to ever and like get rid of some Fallen or something. I don't know. It seems like it could be pretty like a pretty cool concept, but I don't honestly, from this picture it doesn't really tell you that much of what could happen, but it just leaves it up to a lot of speculation. Continuing with speculation, now that since Lord Saladin seems to be the main focus of this poster, I would assume that there could be more of a Crucible aspect to this DLC than we've ever seen in any other DLCs. Like, we've seen a lot of new Crucible maps and things like that, but maybe there will be sort of a Crucible story focus to this, because since Lord Saladin is the Iron Banner guy, it would be kind of weird if they didn't put anything in that was like majorly Crucible in it. Like, I know that there are some people that like really don't like Crucible, but and there are a lot of people that like just play the PvE part of Destiny and don't care too much for the Crucible aspect. But in my opinion, I really like the Crucible. Like, I definitely like the PvE part of Destiny better than the Crucible, but it would be kind of cool if there was sort of like something story driven to do in the Crucible instead of just like getting a certain amount of kills with like an auto rifle or something like that. Like, other than those weird what's it called? Those Lord Shaxx quests that he gives you for the Crucible that are kind of just boring normal challenges. Maybe there will be sort of an actual story aspect, kind of like now that I think about it, sort of they could maybe do something like Titanfall did with the multiplayer campaign. I know that wasn't very popular, but I don't know. Just because Saladin is a Crucible guy, I feel like there's going to be more Crucible elements to this DLC than we have seen in any other Destiny DLC. Now, one last thing we gotta talk about here, guys. That giant flaming axe that he's holding. A lot of people have speculated that maybe it's gonna be a new heavy weapon that would sort of take the place of a sword. Now, that would be really cool, but I don't know. It sort of seems like... It seems like something that maybe only Saladin will be able to use. I don't know, like maybe in the story mode DLCs or something like that, Saladin will sort of be there as like an extra guy, you know, sort of like how in Call of Duty campaigns and stuff you have like your other like computer controlled allies that go in with you to fight. Like I know that you fight with fire teams and everything, but it would be kind of cool though if Saladin was just sitting there with your 3-person fire team just like destroying people with a flaming axe. I don't know. It's a possibility that it could be like the end goal of the story. So maybe, yeah, like right after you finish this story, you do some certain missions and things like that, and you get this, and then you get the axe as your new heavy weapon. It might be an exotic, but I feel like it'll probably be a legendary, and you might be able to do sort of a similar thing that you can do with the sword to go through some more quests and upgrade the legendary sword to an exotic. So guys, that just about wraps up everything on this leaked poster, and I wanted to just reiterate here at the end that it is a leaked poster. On Kotaku, the dude says that he found that he got it from a reliable source that's leaked certain things in the future, but as with all leaks, I'd say just take it with a grain of salt. It looks very legit, but just saying it could turn out to be a complete fake, but it looks really real. It looks kind of legit, so I'm hoping that it's real, but just a little reminder that it could be completely fake, so just keep that in mind. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Tell me what you guys think about this new Rise of Iron DLC down in the comment section below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, and I will see you guys in the next video.